Hey, welcome back to the DIY Contractor. Today I just want to talk a little bit about wiring in a panel. We had a specific location where we were going to have this in a closet. Code says that you got to have like 36 inches from the middle of the panel to the right and left without obstructions or walls, and we had that in the closet. So we moved the panel to this side of the garage over here. So we had to put this very large service cable in up here. Right now it's not hooked up, so I know you should always treat electricity like it is hooked up, but currently this is not. So it makes me feel a little bit safer working with it. So I just wanted to chat a little bit here and show you this panel. When you're wiring these lugs, you've got to put the dielectric grease on it, which is like this black grease here. And then this has a neutral bar, which is a little bit, I mean, I'm sure electricians see this all the time. I'm sure this is like common, but it's new for me, okay? This is what threw me off here, was this green grounding screw. It gets lost. This is a grounding rod coming from the main, and then this is a grounding bar as well. I'm gonna tie a number 4 grounding wire right here to that. I'm gonna check with my electrician. We may need to jump them across and tie it together. I'm not 100% certain. If you know, leave a link in the description. But with as many circuits as we have, this is a 48 spot circuit, but you know, some of those are gonna take up 2 spots. Some of them are gonna, like, we're gonna have 2 40s, I believe, for the HVAC, or 50s because they're heat pump, maybe even 160. I have it written down, I can't remember, but we're probably gonna have to do a sub panel as well. But where this is gonna come in the house is the opposite side of me, so I'll turn around here in just a second. It rained real bad, so panels back here on this side of the garage, and then got these grounding rods started. It was nice and muddy. I didn't have my sledge or anything, but went ahead and started them. We've got a hose bib right here coming out of a wall that's right here, and my closet right here. Originally, that's where I was going to put the power, but I can't do the actual breaker box in the closet per code, but I can bring power into the building here, which is where I wanted it. And then we ran that big gray cable up and over to the main. Now we've got a pole here. I don't know if you can see it. It got real charred because this is a burn lot and we're rebuilding on this lot. They're gonna take that pole down, and then we got temporary power over here, right there. And then we're actually gonna trench and then run the power in the ground because I want it under the ground. Having a house that's north of $1 million in value, it should have power going in the ground. I know having this right here by the garage is going to be kind of silly, but we've got enough room we could plant a bush or build a little fence or something to hide it. But yeah, I just wanted to talk for a second about that big service cable coming in, as well as not being able to put the breaker box in the closet where we wanted. Not a big deal. You just pull that big, my electrician called it a 4/0 wire. When I went to the electric supply store, they were like, a what kind of wire? And I was like, a number 4 wire. And they were kind of like, you mean like a service cable? So there's apparently more than one name for that big number 4 wire. It's just an aluminum wire. It's got 2 hots, a neutral, and a ground. And that's just what we pulled. I don't know how well you could see it, but it's that big gray wire going up. And then it goes, sorry for all the movement, it goes right here behind me, down the wall here into that closet, and I'll show you in here just kind of how we have it rough pulled. I'll show you real quick. So it's dark in here, so I don't know how well this will pick up. It's all right. So it's just loose here in the wall. I put it through the top plates, went in and did that while we're pulling it, and then right now it's loose. It's not even outside the building yet, but we'll put the service disconnect right here, and then on the outside, then I'll pull the wire through so I know where to drill and where it's going to come out at. I don't want to drill and move that 3 or 4 times because this big aluminum wire with its casing on it, it's as big as my finger, so it's very difficult to move. So I also have a number 4 grounding wire here. I've got my rebar grounding bar here. I don't know how well you can see that. Sorry, but I've got a rebar piece right here. This is the grounding rebar, so it's all of the rebar in the house will act as a grounding rod. So That's code as well, and then I also have to have 2 outside. Seems very excessive to me, but I understand that when something trips and it's going to release through the ground, I guess the logic is, I'm not 100%, is that it's got to have multiple paths to disperse into the earth. So anyways, hope this was helpful. Please like and subscribe and share. Thanks.